The story that made the world recognized as a country ranked in genocide during the year 1975 to 1979 Cambodia. And what makes the world even more amazing and interesting is the S-21 detention center in the capital Phnom Penh, ruled by Kaing Guek Eav alias Duch.A, a former Tuol Sleng detainee. Vann Nath said that when he was taken into custody at the department at S-21, he observed that Kaing Guek Eav alias Duch was a leader with respectable dignity. Sources from people who have known Duch in the past and research documents say that Duch was originally a man with meek character, does not talk much. The massacre of nearly 20,000 people in Tuol Sleng under Duch's rule is unthinkable not reached. Similarly, a teacher in Banteay Meanchey province, Chou Vin, said, "During that time I was not interested in the problem that Khmer Red or the head of the prison or the name Kaing Guek Eav. I was not interested. Later, when he heard that he had been arrested, he heard his name. I woke up not expecting him to grow so big, but it has already happened and left a lot of evidence." Another former detainee at Tuol Sleng, or S-21, Chum Mey, said that Kaing Guek Eav had been in charge of the detention center since. That, until now, Duch is still a cruel person. Who is Kaing Guek Eav called Duch? Kaing Guek Eav was born into a poor family on November 17, 1942. Kaing Guek Eav was born in Pov Veay village, Peam Bang commune, Stong district, Kampong Thom province. His father was named Kaing Ki, and his mother was named Kaing Kim Siv. Kaing Guek Eav is the eldest son and the only son in a family of 5 that if Kaing Guek Eav had not changed his year of birth in 1942, he would have been 68 in 2010. Kaing Guek Eav began his education at Po Andet School. Located in a pagoda near the village where he lived, the boy then moved to Kampong Chen Primary School, which is also close to the old school. Kaing Guek Eav is addicted to reading books and rarely leaves home. In 1961. At the age of 19, Kaing Guek Eav passed his lower secondary school diploma and went on to study at Suryavarman II High School in Siem Reap.Studying in Siem Reap. Kaing Guek Eav passed the first part of the high school diploma exam, .I in 1962. Kaing Guek Eav continued his studies at Sisowath High School until he passed his second high school diploma exam in mathematics. Science with good grades, .I in 1964. Kaing Guek Eav entered the Pedagogical Institute to become a professor. On August 28, 1965, Kaing Guek Eav received a teacher certification and was assigned to teach at Skun Secondary School. Mr. Vann Nath added that during his detention in Tuol Sleng, he had heard his subordinates often say that Kaing Guek Eav was human. Diligently studied until he became a teacher who was highly valued by the society at that time.Mr. Vann Nath added that during his detention in Tuol Sleng, he had heard his subordinates often say that Kaing Guek Eav was human. Diligently studied until he became a teacher who was highly valued by the society at that time. In his past studies, Kaing Guek Eav has always received financial support and encouragement from teachers. His name is Ke Kim Huot always. His teacher, Ke Kim Huot, was a staunch opponent of the monarchy, and under his guidance, Kaing Guek Eav Kampuchea must have read the newspaper about the liberation movement around the world at that time. President Mao Zedong's Great Leap Forward has always been ingrained in Kaing Guek Eav's mind, and he has always been critical against feudalism, the rich monarchs and regimes that have always oppressed the people in that society. Kaing Guek Eav has a strong propensity for communism. He joined the Communist Party of Kampuchea in 1967 under the guidance of Chhay Kim Hour, a professor at the Pedagogical Institute at the time. It was then that Kaing Guek Eav changed his name to Duch, the name of his revolution. In 1969, Duch was arrested by Norodom Sihanouk police and imprisoned in Prey Sar prison for his communist activities, in 1971. When General Lon Nol came to power, he declared an amnesty to all political prisoners, including Duch. One was released from Prey Sar prison. After leaving the detention center, Duch visited his family in Stong, Kampong Thom province, that he then returned to work in Phnom Penh and disappeared into the secret world ever since. When Kaing Guek Eav disappeared in 1971, Duch's whereabouts were unknown. Later, a man named Horm In was a former prisoner at the Omling detention center under Khmer occupation. Red at the time Duch is said to be in charge of the inmates there, called M13, and the prison at the foot of the mountain. Another oral, formerly known as M99, the document by the same author, Nick Dang Lop, states that Comrade Van Vet was appointed Dutch to be the chief of special security for management. Prisoners at the time. Comrade Dutch had two of his deputies, Comrade Chan, who later became the deputy director of Tuol Sleng prison. Another of his deputies, Comrade Pan, was also a former mathematics teacher with Dutch. After Democratic Kampuchea defeated the Khmer Republic regime of General Lon Nol in April 1975, Comrade Dutch and his descendants came to Phnom Penh, and a few months later his unit took over the prison. All in Phnom Penh and at the National Police Headquarters south of Sarth Mey, as well as Prey Sar and Tok Mo prisons.